appreciate you being here, and thank the fans too for staying and tale of two halves. Fran does a great job offensively. I knew they were elite. I really thought in the first half we did a good job defending three-point land. And in the second half, we were trying to defend three-point land too and giving up the middle and giving up the lanes. We got to do, a much better job, not letting our offense in the second half affect our defense. And it's on me 100%. I didn't have these guys to where they needed to be defensively in a game like this. And we've shown at times to be able to stop teams. And, but again, Iowa made shots. They made plays. They got really good offensive guys. They lead our league in almost every offensive category. And our defense just wasn't where it needed to be tonight to beat a good Iowa team or a team that could score like that.
Steve, was Dylan himself tonight?
I think he's getting back into the rhythm. He had a lot of time off there with his ankle, but you have tough nights like that. We still had 5 guys in double figures. We still did some pretty good things, but I think they have nights like that, and he certainly had one today. But he'll bounce back. He's obviously a really good player, and we need him to be.
Offensively, there was also a lot of drop-off after the first half. The ball movement was really good. What do you think changed?
Yeah, we made a lot of threes in the first half, and in the second half, obviously, we didn't make any. We turned the ball over some timely times, some timely turnovers. Obviously, 15, turnovers in a game like this. This isn't one of those games, so at times we've been good at taking care of the ball. We certainly weren't tonight. But you got to share, and you can't let that affect what you're doing down the other end of the floor, and I think that did tonight. And, it's a 40-minute league, and you got to play good for 40 to get a win, and, 20, 25 doesn't get it done.
Steve, with Ace, last game, it looked like he was feeling a little ill. Yeah. How about tonight? Was he 100% himself?
Yeah, Ace, I'm not going to – those guys said they could play, and Ace was ready. Again, there's a lot on those guys every night to score 20. Teams do a good job of, doing some different things against them. But, we had 5 guys in double figures tonight. We had enough points on the board. I haven't done a great job with this group, defending, really defending and not letting the offense affect your defense. And I thought we had that in the second half tonight, and it's on me. And I got to get this thing, 6 games left, so I got to get these guys to, because we've shown signs of being good in that end of the floor too, but not consistently. And tonight was one of those nights. And a bad night, they're really good offensively. They exploit a lot of mistakes, and they certainly did today.
Steve, a few weeks ago you sat here and told us that Selection Sunday was always off in this team. You still believed in this team's ability to get into the NCAA tournament. Now, it seems like the odds are certainly very against that happening. I'm just curious where you see this.
6 games left. We still got a lot of basketball to play. So, everyone's kind of bunched up in our league. There's only a difference between a game or 2 between everybody. We got to go on the road. Obviously, we got to play better and win some games, but we still have chances. There's a lot of quad 1 wins still out there for us, and we've been right there. We've been right there. So we're going to keep grinding. That's what we've always done here, and every year something's stacked against us, and we've always kind of figured out a way. So we got to figure out a way this year too.
The team had a total of 15 turnovers tonight, Dylan Harper having 4. What can you say about the ball security tonight, especially?
Yeah, obviously, not what you want. And you don't want to give a team like Iowa more offensive possessions. So, when you're turning the ball over against a team like that, they make threes and they make you pay. And they got in the lane today, too. That's not what they normally do. So, obviously, we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Out of bounds unders, was not a good thing for us today. We weren't moving the way we needed to move to get the basketball in bounds. And, again, that's on me. But we got to take better care of the ball, everybody.
Yeah. Tyson was kind of the microwave late in that first half, had those 3 straight threes. He only played 8 minutes in the second half. Was there a effort to keep him on the floor to try to get that instant offense keeping going?
Yeah, he's been good. When you start, getting down in a game like that and you're trying to look for some defensive stops and, rebounding too, this was a game where, they out-rebounded us, and that's not one of their strengths. So you're putting guys on the floor to do a lot of different things. He certainly gave us a great burst today, and, certainly have, like a lot of faith in him, but I have faith in these guys too. And, but he was really good for us today, and appreciate him.
Josh Dix and Peyton Sanford combined for 46 points. How challenging was it to defend those guys?
I mean, they're elite shooters, and that's where it starts, but they can do more than that. They put the ball on the deck, and we knew we had some tough matchups there with those two guys, and they played really, really well tonight. I mean, Jay Will was chasing Sanford all over the place. He's bigger. He can rise up in the lane, and then Dix was moving, and they found him on a lot of open areas, but he's been very good for them. Like, I was very worried about him going into the game, and obviously I needed to be very worried about him, and he proved my worry, right?
Yeah, Steve, when your subs play so well, especially for that stretch, down the stretch in the first half, how challenging is it for you to figure out, how am I going to use these guys? Using 11 guys here, how do you figure that out in the second half to keep those hot guys on the floor and guys who aren't hot on the bench?
Yeah, sometimes those are challenging, and you got to kind of go by feel. And we have some guys I play for offense, some guys I play for defense. Foul trouble dictates some of that too. So I thought we could go a little bit smaller with the lineup today, but that didn't help us on the backboards. So you sacrifice every time you kind of play a different guy or a different rotation guy. So you go by feel, and you try to make the right choices, and obviously in the second half we didn't.
Steve, just thinking about the way Dylan started this season when he was scoring 30 points in Vegas. He just looked like one of the best guards in the country. Yeah. Has the season taken a toll on him to the point now where he's just not the same player he was when this started?
I mean, he scored 28 against Illinois 2 games ago, and he scored 20 against Maryland. We just had a regular freshman night tonight. One thing, he's a worker, and I think he's the second leading freshman scorer in the country. Is that where he is right now? So, you're going to have a night like this, and even tonight, he's 4 for 8, 50%. He gets 5 assists. He still does a lot of good things, but tonight wasn't his night. But he's played really well for us all year when he's been healthy. Yep.
That's it.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you.